Hello students, I am Dr. Ragin Ramdas, Assistant Professor, Department of Basic Sciences and Humanities. Today I am going to detail about Module 2 Spectroscopic Techniques and Applications, Part 1 Introduction. What is meant by spectroscopy? Spectroscopy is the branch of science which mainly deals with the study of the interaction of electromagnetic radiation with matter. Nowadays, spectroscopic methods are widely used because these methods require very less time for analysis. Very less quantity of sample is required for the analysis. Sample materials remain unchanged during analysis and can be reused. They can give accurate results. Electromagnetic spectrum. The electromagnetic spectrum is the range of frequencies of electromagnetic radiation and their respective wavelength and photon energies. Here, you can see that in the spectrum, the radiations are arranged according to their wavelength or frequency. Max Planck proposed that the energy of a photon E is directly proportional to its frequency. He formulated delta E is equal to h nu, where h is the Planck's constant and mu is the frequency. Also, we can say that delta E is equal to hc by lambda, where c is the velocity of light and lambda is the wavelength. Types of spectra. Spectrum is classified into two types. The first one is based on the nature of interaction and second one based on the nature of interacting species. Based on interaction, there are two types of spectra, absorption and emission. Based on interacting species, there are two types of spectra, atomic and molecular. Absorption and emission spectrum. Atoms or molecules undergoes a transition from a lower energy level to the higher energy level by the absorption of energy. The spectra obtained due to this absorption process is known as absorption spectrum. Here in this diagram you can see that an atom in the ground state is getting excited to its higher energy level by absorbing a photon of energy. The main examples are UV visible spectrum, infrared spectrum, nuclear magnetic resonance spectrum and microwave spectrum. Here, this process follows the equation delta E is equal to h nu or hc by lambda. If the atoms or molecules falls from a higher energy level, that is the excited state, to a lower one or to the ground state, then the spectra obtained is known as emission spectrum. Here, E2 is the excited state and E1 is the ground state. So, atom will get down from E2 to E1 by emitting radiation. The main examples are atomic emission spectrum, fluorescence spectrum and hydrogen spectrum. This process also follows the equation delta E is equal to h nu. Atomic and molecular spectrum. In atomic spectrum, the transition of electrons between their atomic energy levels occurs. The atomic spectrum is a series of colored lines similar to the rainbow. The main examples are atomic spectrum of hydrogen, iron, etc. Molecular spectrum. In molecular spectrum, the transition of electrons between their molecular energy level occurs. The main examples are UV visible, IR, microwave and NMR spectrum. Now we can see about molecular energy levels. A molecule possesses four kinds of energy levels. They are electronic energy, vibrational energy, rotational energy and translational energy. Electronic energy. This kind of energy is mainly associated with the electrons present in a molecule, which can occupy various molecular energy levels. The energy gap between electronic energy falls in UV visible region. The spectroscopic technique based on this region is electronic or UV visible spectroscopy. The second type is vibrational energy. Atoms in a molecule can vibrate by keeping the position of center of mass constant. The energy associated with this vibration is commonly known as vibrational energy. For example, hydrogen chloride molecule can undergo bond stretching vibration. The energy gaps between vibrational energy falls in the infrared region. The spectroscopic technique based on this region is vibrational or IR spectroscopy. Here, in this picture, you can see that hydrogen chloride, where hydrogen and chlorine is bonded, that can undergo a stretching kind of vibration. Third type is rotational energy. If a molecule rotates in a space about an axis, passing through its center of mass, then we can say that it possesses rotational energy. Mainly, this type of energy is possessed by molecules of a gas or liquid. The energy gap between rotational energy levels falls in the microwave region. The spectroscopic techniques based on this region is rotational or microwave spectroscopy. In this diagram, this is the axis of rotation. So the atoms or molecules rotate around this axis. The last type of energy level is translational energy. If the position of center of mass changes with time, then the molecule is said to possess the translational energy. This type of energy is usually not quantized. It becomes quantized only when the molecule is confined in a box of nanodimension. In this schematic representation, you can see that the position of center of mass changes with respect to time. So now we can see the schematic representation of molecular energy levels. This bunch of levels represents the electronic ground state, and this is the electronic excited state, where V0, V1, V2, V3 and V4 represents the ground vibrational and excited vibrational energy levels. Inside this vibrational energy levels, you can see small lines which represent our rotational levels. The total energy of the molecule can be written as the sum of all these energies. That is, E total equal to EE plus EV plus ER plus ET, where the translational energy ET is negligibly small, so we can avoid that term. Therefore, E total equal to EE plus EV plus ER. Thank you.